Lally ho, friends, and welcome to episode 2 of Kupo Quest. I am so excited because all 4 players showed back up again, which means session 1 was okay. So, yeah.
Yeah. We love you so much, DM. By the way, could you just take off your headphones real quick? Just real quick. Yeah. Guys, he's been holding us hostage for 3 days now. Please save us. Yeah, it's just so much fun playing. It's great.
I'm sure whatever you said was lovely.
Yeah.
All right. So, last time on Kupo Quest, the 4 of you, our heroes of this journey, found themselves in quite the pickle, as you all seem to come back to your senses from kind of a fugue state in the middle of a very questionable situation. You found yourself in the middle of a town square in a town that you didn't know where you were, and there was a dead Galka at your feet. Now, as you studied it more, there wasn't any signs that you had murdered this person, but there was an older gentleman in the crowd that pointed you out and said, yes, they did it. Because of this, you were escorted straight to the King of Cornelia, who basically said, you're in a bad spot here. Why don't you do me a favor? So he let you know that someone has made off and kidnapped his daughter, Sarah. The last time that he had seen any traces of them, they seemed to be heading off to the northwest of Cornelia. Basically made you a deal, saying, I need to keep this quiet. If you're able to find her, bring her back to me, then we can spin this situation in your favor so that maybe they won't want to tar and feather you in the streets. Now, he does have, however, his chief advisor, Moro, who was less than thrilled with this and made it, hey, Moro's the best. Don't you roll your eyes at him.
I'm going to stab him in the ankles, I swear to God.
Who basically said, yeah, I don't think this is a good idea. But listened to his king, and he set you up at the Moogle's Goblet for the night, where you met Mog, who was the proprietor of the Moogle's Goblet.
I love him.
An ex-adventurer who basically settled down in Cornelia to open up his tavern. He is a Moogle, of course. And there was a little bit of some rowdiness that happened as you got confronted in the middle of this bar by the brother of the murdered or deceased Galka. But you handled him rather well, actually with very little violence, as Grunthor basically just pushed them out and said, look, you got to go home. And then after that, you were treated to drink and food, and Nozak tried to ruin the piano on Mog's behest so that he could get a replacement from the king. With that, after the afternoon dragged on, you went to bed, you got your long rest. We did level up to level 2. I didn't say that in last week's episode, but all of our characters are level 2 now. And we pick up in the morning. Your night went by completely no ambushes. I know somebody said that I was going to ambush you in the middle of the night. That's not what I did, okay? You're fine. But, so, as
we woke up dead.
Roll new characters. Everyone's dead. Everybody. No, as you start coming down for breakfast in the morning, having a nice, restful sleep, if not a bit confused, you do come down to an empty tavern, except for one person. Moro is sitting there waiting for you, just at the table you were sitting at the night before. Just kind of sitting there quietly. He seems to be drinking a cup of tea or something and just looks a little impatient as he's just kind of chilling. Who do you think would be the first one to come down the stairs? Are any of you an early riser?
Oh, yeah, Izzy.
Yep. Grunthor is, being a soldier.
Okay.
Oh, are all of us early risers?
Elzen's only sleep for 4 hours, so I'm up hella early.
Okay, so we're all just early risers.
What about you, Nozak?
Well, he was working in the forge with the people and in the church as well, so he doesn't really have a sleep schedule. He just kind of passes out sometimes and wakes up a few hours later. Like, okay, cool, next.
So it's actually rather early then. Moro is still there.
I'm just asleep
Okay.
on a table
So
somewhere.
Moro used to be Moro and had to wait 5 minutes and is making it our problem.
Yes, exactly. So as you all kind of are coming down together, he is sipping his tea. He puts it down. Huh. It's about time you joined us this morning. Mog, is the breakfast almost ready? Oh, what am I talking about? It's probably cold by now. Come, have a seat. Let's have some breakfast before you go on your way.
Are we being civil today?
What is that supposed to mean? I'm civil every day.
Fuck off. Sorry. Yeah, look.
If by that you mean we're not going to murder people in the streets or start bar fights. I heard something about a ruined piano.
I didn't touch it.
He kind of glances over. Sure. The piano looks fine, by the way. There's just like a little dent in the side. You didn't do much damage to it. Well, sit down.
The citizens seem to emulate you.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Izzy walks out with Mog. It is helping him take plates. And as he is, he's actually talking to Mog very friendly, like. And he says very politely, he's like, no, it's really no problem. It's the least I can do for all your help last night, Mog.
Kupo, don't mention it. I had a great time talking. It's been a long time since someone's asked so many questions.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I'll try.
Oh, no, Kupo. I mean it in the best possible way. Most people just come in and they're drunk or they don't really want to talk to me. But you, it was fun talking to you.
Well, thank you for all the extra material as well.
Of course.
It should suffice. I'm good at working with what I have, they say. And he helps with setting the food down for everyone.
So Mog just kind of is flying around with his little purple wings flapping as fast as they can, just sitting down. Grunthor, much to your chagrin, most of it seems like cheeses and fruits, and there's not a lot of meat being put down, but just kind of a nice spread of just some fresh fruits and some bread. Just a very simple breakfast. You get the feeling Moro ordered specifically the food. As he sits and he goes,
I was just going to reach forward and grab a grape and just hold the grape in both of his hands and just start nibbling on it.
This will feed me for the whole day.
One giant good berry. So, you're off today, yes? Or have you changed your mind about the king's offer?
No,
I'll see us dressed.
Oh, yeah, actually, speaking about the king's offer, I have a little bit of a shopping list for you, since he said that if we need any supplies, that we could let you or his guards know.
Do I look like an errand boy to you?
Yes, that's exactly what you do for the king, actually.
He just glares at you.
I'll slide him my list.
He just kind of keeps your eye as he reaches out and grabs it, pulls it up, and just kind of skims through it. What's on the list?
Thieves' tools, a viol, and a pan flute.
And a what?
A pan flute.
Okay. He just kind of looks over this and then looks back to you. Exactly how is this supposed to help?
I'm a man of many skills, Morrow.
Fine.
Your king trusted me with a mission, and I need these to succeed. Thank you.
Yes, my king makes the best decisions all the time.
That he does. You're the one giving him advice.
As you saw, he doesn't always take my advice. If he did, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now, would we?
Wow,
no, that's why I'm taking full advantage of it.
This new episode of Drag Race Untucked is so good.
Morrow, very sassy today, just takes another drink of his tea and sits it down. Fine, I can have this acquired for you within the hour. Would you be ready to go by then?
Yes.
If we can also get some mounts and or a wagon.
Good luck. The chocobo trade here has been dead for years. That's what happens when you get cut off from the rest of the world by the Empire. Things coming and going. What breeders we had left. So
we don't need to worry about transport. I can sort that.
It's not that far. I mean, okay. I don't know where she is. The king mentioned the stupid shrine up to the northwest, but I doubt that that's who would go there. Even if you were going there, that's a day and a half walk on foot. But
Can I roll insight on him?
you can roll insight. Go for it. What are you trying to glean?
Trying to see when he said, I don't know where she is, but no, not with that roll.
Interesting.
He's hard to read. It could be the incredible layer of sass that he's putting down, but you don't really pick up anything. He seems to be bluntly honest at the moment. So if that's the lead you want to pursue, all I really know is it was northwest. So I wish I could help more, but I can't.
Mr. Morrow, sir, person. I have to be nice to you. So, Mr. Morrow,
Yes.
you wouldn't happen to have, this is going to sound really weird, you wouldn't happen to have any lacquer or any, like, oils or anything on you at the moment?
You know
I can
what?
add that to my list.
I left that in my other jacket.
Ah,
You know,
such
Here,
a
I'll
shame.
add that to
Well,
the list real
you
quick. And I'll reach
are
across
not
the table.
going to like this then. And Nozak's going to take his bracelet off, put it on the table, and just start smacking it with a tiny hammer constantly for like 5 minutes. Like, okay, cool, thank you. Could have been a lot quieter with the oils, but anyway, and like slips it back on. He now has +1 to his armor class.
That is excruciating. What are you doing?
I made it better. I fixed it.
You don't do that at night, do you?
I forgot.
Okay, good. Wait, no, you
Conveniently.
should not do that at night. That makes it very hard to sleep.
Well, it'll wake you up.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, yeah, my armor class is now 19.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
I don't know what that means. You're a strange little fellow. You know that, right? You know, if you don't mind me asking, what are you?
I'm
Good question.
I'm a loperet. I'm a little bunny. I'm
Well-
cute and adorable, and everybody loves me.
I see that you do resemble a bunny, but I've just never seen anyone quite like you before.
You can say short. I'm used to it. It's fine.
I've seen
but, like,
short folk before. That's not it. I've just never seen... You look
Uh,
like a
let me-
short Vieira. I've never seen someone... Are you a Vieira?
No, Nozak's gonna point at Izzy and be like, "That's a Vieira, right?"
No, yes, I know, but you just kind of look like a short
Oh,
version.
I don't know what that is. No, I'm a loperet. We came from the moon. Like, I've only been here. When did I come down here?
I'm
Wait,
sorry,
what?
Came from the moon. Yeah, what?
I come.
My
when did
my
I get
lord,
here?
my lord,
I think I'm
Morrow.
technically 900.
The quicker we get these items from your list, the quicker we can be out of your hair. If you don't mind,
like
we do need
2,000.
the hour to actually prep a bit. So
Fine.
please let us know when you find someone to bring us our things.
We'll be back within
When
the
did
hour.
I get out of that pod? Oh, topic changed. Sorry, I
I
got
can't
lost.
believe.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your help.
I'll be off. And he just kind of stands up in the middle, and as he's walking away, you just hear him go, the moon. And he shuts the door behind him as Morrow just exits.
Was it something
No.
I said? Yes? Oh no, what a shame.
You're from
Anyway.
space?
I'm from the moon.
Whoa.
Is that not common knowledge?
Can I go to
I mean,
the moon?
granted, I haven't really. Yeah, if we find where I come down here. Granted, it's been a while. I don't exactly
Nice.
remember where it was.
Oh.
I don't see why
Yeah.
not.
I have a lot of questions, but we don't have time for that currently. Last night, I spent a lot of time doing a bunch of things for spell work, thanks to Mog, and the things I was able to find here. And I was hoping, Nozak, since you seem to be so well versed in protection, magitech armor, and such, could you please look at this? Could you please look at this spell component and tell me if I did a good enough job? And you see, he very politely and quietly, you see he pulls off his leather belt, and you see he hands it to you, and on it you see runes that are about an inch by an inch, written on every clear space on this belt, written meticulously on them. It looks like it was stamped on, and it looks like the the amount of work would take at least 8 hours. Just meticulously writing every rune on there.
Can I
he nods.
make a insight? Please don't make it Arcana. I'm begging you.
I
It's
just-
insight.
Arcana's
need
what
you
I'm...
to-
It's insight.
I just need you to make sure it's done properly. I've never tried this spell before.
It's gonna have to be Arcana, Nozak. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
Damn it.
Maybe you'll get lucky.
While they're doing that, I'm gonna like move over to Ava and
Interesting.
Okay.
kind of start getting to know him while these two are talking about spells and weird finger things.
Okay. Nozak, we'll get to that in just 1 second. Nozak, you look at this thing and your eyes almost
I
go
have
cross.
no idea what's good.
You've never seen someone try to do magic like this. From what you know basically of one form of magic, and it's the magic that you come from, the magic of pulling from these elemental forces of basically the crystals throughout the world, your kind of clerical abilities. And you've also heard of people being able to just naturally do magic. But what Izzy's trying to do here is almost force the magic through some of these different things that he's putting together, as though he's trying to create the magic in some other way. And it makes no sense to you.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. I see what you are doing here. This. Yes. Mm-hmm. It looks like a belt with drawing on it. And he just kind of
Thank
slows
you.
his hands back.
Oh, thank you. That's actually what I was going for.
Okay, Grunther.
You see, he puts the belt back on. He's like, I'm really glad I got your approval on this. If I were to cast this, when I cast this spell, and if it's not done right, I could possibly lose my. Wait, what?
I have no idea what you did.
Oh,
It is a belt and it has drawings on it. Sorry, runes. It is drawings. I don't know.
You are-
Mog.
you are correct. I'm not going to do that because from what they told me, they didn't have much ID either.
Have you asked Anubis?
Anubis would not know this.
He knows how to
It's
wield a
no
knife?
problem.
I like the bird. I want to keep the bird. Can I have the bird?
I'm gonna have this bird stab somebody by the end of this for sure.
No,
begging
you can't. No, you can't have my best friend. It's no problem. I'll just figure it out. And you see, he slowly puts the belt back on.
Okay.
Yes.
While they're having this conversation,
luck.
Grunther, you kind of just seeing that they're kind of going down this pun intended rabbit hole. You scoot over to talk to Ava. What do you say?
Ava, it seems that you are well versed in martial disciplines.
Yes. In fact, I have to go discipline something. You should follow me while we talk. And as we walk and talk, I'm going to run over and quarterstaff the piano. I want to do Mog the favor, damn it.
Give me an attack roll. I just want to see how good you do.
It's
It hasn't popped up on mine. Did it come through?
That's one.
Roll 20.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it didn't come through on the D&D Beyond. Yeah. So Mog, for some reason, really wants to replace this piano, but the best that you all can tell, it's like the nicest, most well-built piano you've ever seen. As you put as much strength as you can into this hit, as it just cracks, and then you can't even tell. It didn't even scuff it. Whatever they've like cured this piano with, it doesn't even scratch like the paint off this thing.
Yes,
nice
Grunther,
piano.
as you can see, I am very well trained.
Are you trying to damage? Okay, and I'm gonna take out my sword and
Give me
hit it.
one. Give me an attack roll. We're gonna spend the entire session destroying this piano, and I'm okay with that.
How about that?
Hey,
Nat one. Grunther just, you know what? How do you
man.
want to destroy this?
Oh, God.
Straight down the middle.
Straight down the middle with a great sword.
No, well, it's with my longsword.
Longsword? Okay.
Eclipse. But I want to do it in the key of C.
Okay.
Oh my god.
As you hit it, it just, with one, as you step back, Ava, Grunthor just takes his longsword out and with one really quick, straight down the middle, splits this piano, which is a giant grand piano, in two. And as he does so, there's just that perfect pitch C that just rings out. And as it's kind of fading, you hear from back behind the counter, "Woohoo! No piano, Kupo!"
Wow, was that a perfect pitch C?
You see, Grunthar, this is why we're going to be good friends. I loosen it for you, and then you just fucking execute.
Yeah, we loosened it. We loosened it for you.
You start it, I finish it.
Yes, exactly. This is going to be great.
Of course.
On the flip side, Izzy is getting through explaining to Nozak about his runes and how he did it. He's like, yeah, and it's a really difficult combination thing to do, especially on a belt. There are over 4,000 runes that I memorized, and it's really difficult to try to get the right combination for this spell.
Ava, do you understand them?
There's actually words, but it looks like he's just not paying attention, but he's hanging off every word.
Izzy's just kind of going off, and the three of you are all just kind of sitting there, nodding, acting like you understand. Izzy is very passionate about this belt and these runes, and it would be maybe just slightly curious to you, Nozak, about what he's doing, because it doesn't seem like any kind of magic that you've done before or seen before. But it's almost like you're listening to like a high level physics professor try to explain something to your third grade class.
Yep. And then with the right combination, you could do something like this. And you see he stands up, and you see he waves his hand over the belt with his one hand on his orb. As he does, you see he speaks a word, and you see as he waves, he says, "Lumor Amen." And you see as he rubs his hand past it, the runes begin to glow silver, and you see just the slight outline of spectral armor around his body. And then it disappears.
Hey!
Says,
you didn't
something
die,
like this.
Kupo!
You're cutting out when you do Monk's voice.
Crap. He said you didn't die. Yay.
Well, I mean, I recognize that one, but that's not not what I'm used to. As it turns the grape around and starts eating the other side now.
God. I keep forgetting he's a rabbit.
Nozak.
Oh, yeah.
As you're kind of just munching on this grape, and as Izzy's kind of just giving you this, your mind starts to wander a little bit, and your eyes also start, drifting around the room. Passive
Nozak
perception.
has ADHD, god damn it.
What's your passive perception? 14?
Passive perception is 14, yeah.
Okay. As you... Oh, we lost somebody.
They did freeze. Yep, back in a sec. He says.
He really just blipped out of existence.
Oh, he's gone.
What was that spell you cast?
Technical difficulties. We've lost 2 at the moment because psychic.
What?
Oh.
Yeah, your camera went away. There we go.
Okay. Also, Solar just said the key is a C sharp because he used a sword.
Oh, what a great! That's 2 puns. We need a pun counter. I'm gonna turn one of these little things under the content window into a pun counter. Okay, forget what I was just saying because I do need I do need Ava present for what I was about to tell you. So if there's anything else you'd like to have conversations amongst yourselves, feel free to. You've got some time. Morrow said you'd have about an hour, so and then he would return with the materials that you requested.
want Nozak to just kind of walk up to Izzy. If is Izzy still standing, or is that like sat down? I can't remember.
He was going to sit down, but if he were to stand up, he would also stay standing.
Well, let me ask you, Izzy, as
uh,
you're kind of going through this and getting really passionate, are you standing as though you're lecturing like a professor, or would you just be sitting and chatting about it?
He would have went back to sit back down
Okay.
unless someone stopped him.
Nozak just wants to I just want to stand up and just walk over to you and look at the runes a little better, and he's like gonna go touch it. Like, are they touch activated or they like?
No,
He's like just able to reach. By the way, he's like, is it?
no, they
Beep?
don't. They aren't touch activated. I activated them by summoning the right amount of magic to pour into these runes specifically.
So you cheated.
Cheated? I
No,
don't
it's
understand.
magic.
I don't understand how you
Armor.
can cheat using magic.
I don't know. All the magic I do kind of comes out of all the tech that I have, like the
So there's.
armor, the mace,
I
the
feel as
gauntlet.
if. I feel as if that's the misunderstanding. Unfortunately, I don't cast magic like most people do.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I normally have to improvise.
Huh. Hmm. Okay. Yes, very interesting. And Nozak
Grunthor,
puts the grape down
Grunthor, give me
and
a
he
history
picks up
check
one of
really
the
quick.
sandwiches.
We love good old fashioned RPing.
Okay. So you're kind of half paying attention. Magic is not necessarily your cup of tea, but the things that Izzy is saying is slightly interesting. You remember bits and pieces from your time as a soldier. You still have some big gaps in specific events, but there are things you remember, and you do remember working with mages. You've never encountered anybody who does magic this way. There's really this kind of magic, the arcane magic that Izzy seems to be dealing with, normally is something you're born with. This is normally something that you just have. It comes from your bloodline, your lineage of some kind. You've never seen, someone that does magic in this way, for lack of a better word, the wizard class. It's not really something that's common, and you don't think you've ever actually encountered one to your knowledge of actually running into someone like this. So, just so you know.
I would like to actually go to them while they're talking and kind of acknowledge, like make my presence known. And it's like, very interesting. How did you get into magic of this kind?
To magic.
Magic? I've always been. Oh.
Go ahead.
I've always been interested in magic ever since I started reading at 3 years old.
Nozak is interested, takes another bite of the sandwich that he had.
That grape turned into a sandwich.
Said I put the grape down. I put the grape down and picked up the sandwich when.
If the grape was that big, the sandwich, you better have just done one of those little cookie cutters and just made a little tiny piece out of the center or something.
A finger sandwich is a whole full-size sandwich for him.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I'm going to turn to Nozak, and I'm like, Nozak Holloway, it appears that the magic that you use, the magitech, interesting.
It's like a combination. The light, I press a button, the light comes out, it creates a spectrograph-looking thing, and all the lines connect, and it solidifies, and magitech. Is this another Empire thing? I really am the bad guy, aren't I?
Ava, as they're talking about the magitech, it just registers with you as they're kind of talking about it and the mention of the Empire.
I'm slowly learning that it's a very different world out here and down here from up there. Anyway.
So Nozak, as you're telling this story, kind of looking back and forth between these three people, each of them looking at you a little different. But you do happen to just catch a glimpse of something, a small ring that Ava seems to be wearing. And inside this ring is embedded a very brilliant white crystal that looks literally identical to the one that you have on your person. It looks like they could be the exact same.
Ava, quick question. Your ring. How long have you had that?
Oh, that's a great question. A few years? Not terribly long. A couple years, though.
Only a few years.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. I didn't quite think about how Nozak gets out of his armor, so I've just kind of gone turtle mode, and you see his little hand just go, zoop, and he like starts messing around, and then he unhooks something. He's like, zip. Does it look like this one?
Yeah, Ava, give me an investigation check if he's letting you take a look at it.
Gotta open my character sheet real quick. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
You know what? You guys have not had great rolls. I mean, just look at the... I mean,
I know, right?
The one awesome roll, Grunther had to destroy a piano, but if you just look through the list, it's like 9, 6, 1, 10.
Yep.
Let's get him out of the way on this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I've been changing dice.
Oh, are you changing dice?
Investigation, you said?
Yeah. There we go.
You got this, King. Never mind.
They look
man,
the same. They look the same. I mean, down to size, shape, as far as you can tell, it could be the exact same diamond. Or
Yeah,
do the crystals have wear and tear? Do the crystals have wear and tear?
Absolutely not.
Okay, because I reckon Nozak's probably had his as... Wait! I just remembered! Sorry! That's the crystal gift that Father Nozak gave him, like, 300, 400 years ago.
Yep.
There you go.
Izzy, Grunthor, as they're comparing these, they look kind of similar to something you have on your person as well.
God damn it.
You guys...
I'm going to reach under my armor and my tunic and pull out a little pouch. And it's like, I'm going to look at mine and compare it to the ones they're holding.
Investigation check.
From me?
3.
We're bound to get something above 10 at some point.
My eyes are great at perceiving, but investigating.
13! See, we did it!
Yeah,
Well done, everyone. We can call it a night.
Carrying session 2.
Inspecting it, you know, you've always thought it was kind of interesting. You've had this crystal on you for a long time. You can't really remember exactly where you know, how long you've had it, where you got it. But from what you've been through, you would expect there to be some kind of wear or tear. But the crystal looks pristine. And when you compare it to the other two that you're seeing here, it's almost down to the same cut, the same exact... there's no blemishes on any of them. They look like they are just copy-pastes of one another. These crystals are identical in weight, shape, size. It's surprising.
Yeah. Izzy will... you guys see that is unlike you guys who are like very like cinematically pulling these out dramatically. You see that he's just kind of looking through his stuff, very haphazardly. As you see, he opens up like a random pouch in a pouch. He's like, "Oh shit, there it is." And you see, he also pulls out a crystal. And he says, "I don't look at this very often. It was a gift from someone, and they didn't remember where it was from. I just kind of kept it."
I mean, it's a pretty color.
His also looks exactly like yours. It's about
I
this
look at
point.
it every once in a while.
I'm going to gesture over to, call over to Mog. Friend Mog.
Yep, hold on, 1 second. You hear some like things rattling around in the back, and then you hear like a plate drop off and shatter, and he goes, whoop, Oopsie. Okay. And then he just kind of flies out, and he's just kind of hovering.
Before
Let's see.
that.
Do I have Mog on here? Oh, yeah. He's just kind of hovering over your table, and he's like, "What's up?"
The best boy.
This may be a bad idea, but have you seen one of these before? And I show him the crystal.
Let me see. Ooh, Kupo. That's a nice-looking crystal. I have seen that before. Right there. And there, and there. He just kind of points to everyone else's at the table. But other than that, no. Sorry.
No, Zach's just gonna like bash his head on the table once. God damn it.
I'm sorry. It's early, okay? I woke up early. That Morrow man likes his breakfast.
Thank you. Thank you, Mog. You were a help.
Appreciate it.
Anytime, Kupo. And he just kind of flies back off up to behind his counter.
Just as he flies away, I said, "We fixed your piano."
I saw. That king's gonna pay.
So
Jokes on my sandwich.
I'm actually very curious because when I got it, I was told that they found it in an archaeological site, and it was basically a gift from a friend who was good at history, basically, and they found it while on the job. Did you all find yours the same? I was under the impression it was some sort of old relic.
I do not recall how I came about mine.
I was given mine by oh god, Father Nozak. That was not long when I come down here. That was about 895 years ago. He gave it to me on he was like, yeah, you go take this and do good things, and that's kind of how I started the holy stuff. I kind of named it after the crystal, white, holy, holy way, etc. You know.
Oh,
That's clever.
That's-
I like that.
that's the person you named yourself after?
Yeah, it's Father Nozak. He took me in when I first got here because I was very new to Fantasia, and he helped me kind of understand things. I don't think I'd be here if it wasn't for him. So it's a nice little reminder. I think he'd be happy with that.
My crystal is a reminder as well, but it's a reminder of the place I came from. I don't particularly care for the people who gave it to me anymore.
They also 800 years dead.
No,
Uh-oh.
I wish.
Oh. Okay. He just like kind of climbs up onto the table and like walks over and picks his up. Alright, just at this image, he climbs onto the table, you see his legs just wiggle a bit because he didn't quite jump far enough.
It's about this point to where the door
Thank you.
opens. You've been sitting there. You realize time kind of slipped away from you. It's been about an hour as Morrow comes back in. As he sees you all, you all have your crystals out, and he pauses for a second, and he looks from one to the other, and he goes, "Oh, damn it."
What? You knew we were here. It's not like we surprised you.
I was hoping that maybe you'd fled town.
Oh, no. Unfortunately, I want my damn shopping list.
Well, I have it. It's secured outside. I got one of the soldiers to find everything that you were looking for.
Good.
So-
Yes, because doing shopping is beneath you, correct? What?
I
mean, I
have
sent him
very
to do my
important
shopping.
duties, although I do my own shopping. Thank you very much.
Oh, congratulations, you do mundane tasks.
All right. I think that this is the perfect time for us to set off on our journey. The quicker we get this done, the quicker we can save the. He looks around, realizes they're the only ones there. The quicker we can save the person, and that means the
Her
quicker I
name
can
is
get back onto my.
Sarah.
Can you describe her?
I can. She is a young woman in her early 20s with beautiful complexion. She's Hume, light-skinned, with platinum kind of gray hair. I can't tell you what she was wearing. She was abducted in the middle of the night, so she might actually be in like some pajamas or something. But I would also say if you come across any, lone women up to the northwest captured by someone, odds are It's her.
Hmm.
Can't be certain, but
Right.
Okay.
Then I think that is our cue to leave.
Yes.
as you all stand up and start... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I think Dozak's just having a seniors moment.
I'm going to grab my crystal and put it back in my pouch.
Okay. Give me... Let's see. Passive perception. Ava, yours is the highest. You notice as Grunther does that, you notice that Morrow just kind of watches and just seems to make like a mental note about that.
Morrow, do you have too many lemons with your breakfast?
Yes, maybe that was it. A little bit too much in my tea, I think.
Yeah, you make this disgusting face that all smart people make when they know something to annoys me.
I know quite a lot.
I'm sorry.
Do you have
I'll
a question,
try my best
Ava?
to-
Ava, it
No.
was Ava, right?
I think you may have a question, but no, I have no questions.
Oh, no questions.
And yes, it was Ava.
Well, I have multiple questions. But if you're sticking with the story of you have no recollection of how you got here, I don't think you're going to be able to answer any of them for me. Is that still the case?
All right, yeah, that's fair.
Very well. Come
Well,
along.
I think that this perfect time, just as I was going to say. Let's go, team.
Are you going to stand up and like make your way towards the door? Like, are you waiting? Like, what are you doing?
Oh,
I'm heading outside.
Okay.
yeah.
Nozak jumps off the table and just scuttles along.
As you go to leave, Morrow just says, "Ava, a word, please, if you mind. Don't mind."
Okay.
As he just kind of waits back with you as the rest of you kind of leave. Listen, I don't trust you. No, sorry, that came out wrong. I don't trust any of you.
No, that's smart. Oh, that's even better.
You show up here in questionable circumstances, and the king immediately gives you this most important of tasks on the whim of a fairy tale he heard once. It's ludicrous.
It is.
But you're the only hope we have at the moment. And he starts reaching into his bag on his side. If you do manage to find her, and he pulls out this small brooch with like a very nice sapphire kind of just embedded in the center of it. And he reaches it out to you. He goes, "Can you give her this if you find her?" I don't trust any of you, but at least I get a feeling from you at least. Now, it doesn't, it could be that one of you, I don't even know what you are. And they also seem to be part of the Empire, which is just a whole nother level of stupidity. Sorry.
That's you, Nozak.
No, yeah, that's funny, man. Nerves me.
Just, if you see her, just give her that for me, would you?
Sure. Shake it a little bit.
Yeah, it's just, seems to be like a brooch.
All right.
All right, well, that's it. Shall we be going?
Yeah. You said the guard outside has my shit.
Yes, he does. Come along.
Nice.
As he makes his way towards the door, as you guys exit, there is a guard there who's carrying this big satchel, and he just kind of places it down and opens it up. And the things that you had put on your shopping cart or shopping list are in there. And Morrow's like, well, grab what you need. I've been instructed to take you as far as I can towards the outskirts of the city. I will not be stepping into Empire territory myself, and there's very little outside of the city that isn't Empire territory these days. Lovely place to live. Anyway, I'll take you as far as I can, point you in the right direction, and then, best of luck.
Oh,
Great.
cool. Thank you.
Yes, well, I do hope you can find her. It's been difficult these past few days with her missing. The king is, as you might imagine, inconsolable, but trying to hide it from his people. I think he's very stressed, as you might imagine. But anyway,
Yeah,
we
well,
pinned all of
it's
our
been
hopes on you, bunch of strangers who just showed up and started murdering people. So this should go well. Very well.
Yes, well, if it happened a few days ago, your guards didn't seem to do a good job, so we don't have very high expectations.
Oh, I don't have...
Let's go.
If you think that's an insult, our guards are quite incompetent.
I can tell.
So
So.
the advisors.
Damn.
Guys, we
Oh,
gotta let this man live.
He just just glares at you, and you can see he's wanting to say something, but he chooses not to. Right this way, as he starts leading you through out of the Moogle's Goblet and towards the northwest. And as you kind of start walking through, this is the newer part of Cornelia, the city that has been rebuilt. You're walking towards the, you can see off in the distance as you kind of get past the outskirts of the town, some very sparse farmland off towards the east. But when I say sparse, it's a field or two. As you know, Izzy, you would have... Give me a history check, actually. You're well
Mind if I
read.
do?
You're well read.
Wait, shit. God damn it. Fuck. I forgot to click. Okay, here we go. Let's see. That's a solid 21.
Oh, all right. You know, just kind of remembering as you see this, at first you're like, wow, that's not much. As you remember reading, you've read quite a bit about the Kingdom of Cornelia in your day. It is actually the oldest kingdom, so therefore there's a lot of tomes that have been written about it. And you know that the Spira War that happened 20 years ago really, really decimated this place's trade and their agriculture specifically. What you're looking at here are the very few farmlands that are left of what used to be a booming agricultural scene. Now, a lot of the agriculture from the area did come from Canaan, which was a city that was more towards the northeast. But there was quite a bit in Cornelia itself. But you'll know that most of the fields were burned as the ground was just raised during the war. So what you're seeing is the last remnants of a dying city, one that's kind of hanging on by its last threads. And from what you've seen, just kind of walking through the streets, the newer portion even, people seem to just be surviving. Give me a perception check. Everybody just go ahead and give me a perception check.
Do I like this one? Oh!
16?
Also, I read through my thing. Because I'm a leopard, I get advantage on any perception checks.
Hey,
That's
go
good to
on.
remember.
Yeah, well, I didn't before.
Okay.
So I can do perception twice.
Oh,
yeah,
remember,
I
you
get
can
much higher
click
than that.
and you can
Oh,
click and
right-click.
select advantage.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Yeah.
So I got a 22.
Awesome. As you're kind of walking, you'll notice the people here. They're not, no one's starving, but you'll see most of them do seem rather malnourished. It seems like the city itself is barely surviving. They're more in a survival mode. This does have a little bit of a stark difference to what you saw as you were being led into the inner city, where the actual king resides in the castle and some of the noble houses around there. That area was much more affluent. There was a lot more going on there. But in the newer parts of the city, people seem to be... Their dress is, while not ragged, just very lower quality. Obviously lower quality. And while they seem to be getting enough food to survive, no one here seems to be flourishing outside of the inner part of the city.
Also need to add on. It is proficiency, but the high roll was the first one, so I apologize.
Okay, no problem. It's still high
Ooh,
enough.
More sandwich. Thank you.
As you're walking, Moros kind of just looks back and he goes, Yes, the city has fallen on some hard times as of late. We're doing what we can. Most people are pinning their hopes on Princess Sarah to turn things around here in the city, which is why it's so important that we don't let them know that something has happened to her. She's viewed as a bright beacon of hope for tomorrow by myself and most of the people in the new city. Anyway, continue. As he continues walking, you slowly start making your way out of the city. You only get the equivalent of, and I apologize to my Australian player, a mile outside the city.
Imperial system.
When
About half a kilometer.
when Morrow just stops and he goes, "Well, this is as far as I take you. Past this point is Imperial territory, and I would not be caught. Well, if I was caught, I would be dead on the other side of this, or it would spark some kind of, I don't want to say international, but it would be bad. We don't want to have another war on our hands. So from this point on, I think you're on your own."
I would like to step right up to Morrow,
Okay.
place my hand on his shoulder.
He just looks down at it and then just kind of gives you like a sideways glance, like almost challenging. Like, what are you thinking about doing?
Care for the king.
That is my job. Care
Do
for his
And I
daughter.
take my hand off, turn around, and start walking northwest.
I really hate that man.
Morrow, I'm not gonna lie, I think this is the first time I agree with you. That was slightly intimidating.
Well.
Anyway, I still don't like you. Goodbye.
Thank you for your help, Lord Morrow. And he's going to run up to catch up with his friends.
As Ava, you're the last one there. He just looks over at you and he goes, "Bring her home, if you find her. And I guess keep them alive."
Yeah,
That's
I'll see what I do.
secondary.
Yeah, honestly, I don't want to be that guy, but my life's a little more important than theirs, and obviously the person we're looking for. But
Yeah, keep that
if
in
all
mind.
5 of us come back, that's great. But
Also, he goes to say something, and then he stops, and he just goes, "Okay,
making that face again, Morrow.
maybe I just have one of those faces."
You do.
Off you
Loving
go.
the Ellison camaraderie here.
As he just kind of nods to you, gives you kind of a look, and then just waits. He doesn't move.
Give him a nod and.
Sorry, I just had a revelation.
What's that?
Is Morrow based off of Alphino and Alize's dad from 14?
Just a little bit. Not straight, but
I just clicked. I'm like,
there's some similarities there, but it's not like a
And just
straight
like
copy
the-
paste.
And just like their dad, I would also like to smooch Morrow.
oh my god.
Grunther's not there yet.
Sorry.
No spoilers.
It's not a spoiler.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, as you all start walking away, Morrow just stands there for a moment and then just slowly starts to back away, keeping his eye on you for a minute until he turns and just starts heading back towards the city. I would like to point out, for whatever you might take it, and Grunther, it might stand out to you the most, did not bring guards with him. He escorted you out here by himself. So, as a soldier, that might stand out to you. He did not seem to bring any support with him. So, and you're off.
I'll do my best to keep a bird's eye view for us at all times. You see, he scratches Anubis on the head. He says, he says, "All right, friend. Please tell us if you see anyone approaching, no matter who it is."
As a
And he
matter of
just
fact,
puts him up in the air.
I wanted to go up to Izzy and ask him what type of raven he has, and I'm gonna take out a piece of my ration and offer it to Anubis. I do have a little bit of.
You see Anubis immediately stops flying in the air and immediately swoops down towards you. Like very very weirdly friendly to a person he is not used to. He just jumps up on your shoulder.
Love that.
I was gonna make you roll an animal handling check, but we don't need to.
Yeah, you see that Izzy just like grabs him like just normal bird like grabs. He's like, "Listen, I love you so much. We really have to get to work." And then he just throws him back up in the air.
You make an animal handling check.
Okay, sure.
Now you got some competition because there's food involved.
That is a 16.
All right, that's fine. Crap. So as you say that, he looks very quickly to Grunthor, grudgingly. Do you still have food like offered out, Grunthor?
Oh, when he landed on my shoulder, I thought I had just given.
Yeah, he would have let Anubis eat it. He wouldn't have taken him away from
What
it.
I mean is, were you trying to give him more, or was that all you were going to offer?
For now, that was all I was going to offer.
So he looks at you and he sees you can tell Izzy that there's something going on in his little bird brain as he's weighing his options. As he looks over, he doesn't see anything currently out from Grunthor, so he just kind of looks back at you, cocks his head, and then up into the sky. And he starts basically just circling around, and he circles out and tries to just basically do kind of a nice perimeter, and he's keeping a lookout for anything. As you all... sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. If he goes further than 100 feet, we cannot speak telepathically.
Okay.
So if he goes further than that and sees someone, he'll have to physically come back within the range.
Okay. Sounds good. You'll notice, actually, as you're leaving the city, there is a path. This path is an older... It's not any kind of cobblestone or anything like that. It's just dirt. And it looks like it hasn't really been used in quite a long time. As you're starting to leave the city, you do see a sign, and it only has one thing on it, and it is what the king had mentioned. It's the Wind Shrine of Garuda, and it basically gives you a rough estimate about how far away that is. And you're kind of, as you read that and remember what Morrow said, it does sound like it'd be a day and a half. So you'll probably have to camp once if that's where you're going. But there's no other landmarks or anything mentioned on this sign, and the path itself looks like it hasn't been traveled in quite a long time. The king had kind of alluded to the fact that nobody really went there anymore, especially since Garuda is, as you would know, especially Izzy, a old god that people don't really worship anymore. And it's more, most of the religion in the area is for the prime deity Bahamut, whereas Garuda is one of those religions that people might still have practices in silence, but they still go to the Church of Bahamut. Does that make sense?
Okay.
So, the track itself looks very not weathered. It's not been trodden in quite some time. But there is a path. Okay. There is a path that's leading directly to that. So what do you guys want to do?
Yeah.
Well, before we continue on, I'm going to turn to the rest, and I was like, I am Grunthor, Sergeant Major of the Republic of Bastok, Cavalry Division, and I pledge to protect you with my life.
Oh, shit.
To each.
I want everybody besides Grunthor to give me a history check.
All right, let's see what we get, baby. Nice.
21. Okay.
I think I accidentally rolled it twice. I think I got an 18.
Okay.
I was spending too much time in the forge. I had no idea what he's talking about.
Izzy, with a 21, you have no idea where Bastok is. You have never heard of this city ever. In all of the things you've read and all of the maps you've looked at the history of Fantasia, and you've read quite a bit, you have no idea what he's talking about.
Hey, Fred, have some bad news for you. No, I'm kidding. Izzy will look tentatively at that, and he'll just go, right, interesting. And I think he files that away for we'll do more research on later. Before saying, I don't want anyone here to swear their life for me, please. If there is a chance that we save her and I have to be left behind, please feel free to do so.
Okay.
You have my consent in that matter.
I like you, Izzy.
It was like, see ya.
I love Ava doesn't even let Izzy finish. He's like, sure, I'll leave you behind.
Yeah, he says, I've lived a long enough life to realize that my life is not worth more than anyone else. So, Gunthor, if it's between your safety and mine, please keep your own safety in mind. And you see as Gunthor is kind of like kneeling or bowing his head in like a respectful way, he just kind of baps his head twice.
Where I come from, that means we are now brothers.
Oh,
you touched my head.
Betrothed.
okay.
I almost went there. I'm like, no.
I don't want to disrespect your culture. So if you wish to see me as your brother, I respect that. Izzy does not say what's going on in his head, which is, I don't know this man, but I won't be rude.
Fair enough. Whereas Morrow's whole personality is, I don't know you and I will be rude.
While we're walking along, I'm going to use my whetstone and take out the little nicks if there are any from the chopping the piano. I'll kind of be in the middle of the pack.
Okay. So yeah, is there any particular? You're walking on a rather wide road. At this, back in the day, it probably could take one cart going either way. So if someone met on the road, it might be they just have to kind of go around. One of them have to go off the road. But so you could probably walk however you'd like. You could probably all kind of squeeze in single, in a line or however you want to walk. Is there any kind of, for lack of a better word, defensive formation that you would be walking in, or are you just kind of strolling?
Izzy doesn't know anything about combat. He's walking in the front like a dumbass.
I love it.
He's just taking in the sights.
With those long Vieira legs.
Nozak's walking in front of Grunthor. And Grunthor, how I'm a small creature. I'm a bunny rabbit. You could throw me, couldn't you? It was like his gears start turning in his head.
Taking that as a offer, I pick him up by his collar and kind of weigh him a little bit. I'm like, now?
I'll go long, and I'll start running out ahead.
Hut. I'm like, you could ride on my shoulder for a while if you'd like. I think I can throw you.
Okay, cool. Just keep it in mind. I can walk. I have legs.
Grunthor, you see Ava, who has sprinted ahead, looking a little disappointed. Ava looks like they're ready to catch. I mean, they've run and they're open, but
I'm gonna roll a die for myself.
Go for it. And just remember,
I'm really
Nozak,
sorry, Nozak.
You put this in the universe.
So I'm gonna throw him.
No.
Perfect. Just give me an athletics check, and I think that you have you've already calculated this out that you could in fact lift him easily. So give me an athletics check. Let's see what that looks like. 17. I think that's going to be enough. He's a tiny bunny. As you pick him up, you weigh him, and as he's kind of just going off, you're already thinking. So you're going through in your head, the weight, the trajectory. You see Ava, and you took it as an invitation because he did say, "Can you throw me?" So as he's kind of blabbering like, "Hey, I can walk," you just like, yeah. As you just haul off, really nice throw, just launch him. Nice spiral on you, by the way, as you go through the air. Ava, let's have you make. Oh God, what would this be?
We make this really funny. Make it animal handling.
Related.
I was going to say acrobatics, catch.
Let's do acrobatics, animal handling. That's funny though. How do you handle it?
It's going to be hilarious.
Let's see.
Why is it rolling twice? It's so weird. Well, the first one was a 20.
Oh, you might have it default
the double
advantage.
Yeah. Are you rolling it on D&D Beyond?
Yeah, I'm clicking it on D&D Beyond, but it's going to roll 20 for some reason.
Do you have Beyond 20 installed?
Yes.
Yeah, I bet that's what it's doing.
Yeah, king shit, honestly.
It overrides the one thing. I bet you that's exactly what it's doing. So what'd you say you got?
24.
Perfect. No, Zach. Describe what you might be feeling in this moment as you're being hurled through the air.
Nozak starts to panic a little bit when Grunthal picks him up and he's like, no, I didn't mean. Like he can't get the words out to say that he didn't mean through him now, just as an inquisitive question. And it's not until he feels the initial he's just yelling out so many profanities that he's learned so many years. Some Izzy might not even know because it's 700 years old. As he just feels this thickness in his stomach before just landing nicely in their arms.
Right, very nicely cradled, right into Ava's arms. Just as you're coming, it doesn't even hurt. As they kind of just grab you, they move a little bit with you. Ava is very nimble, very adept to these kind of maneuvers, it seems, as they just hold you almost like a baby. Ava, what are you doing once you catch this beautiful catch, by the way?
Spike it! No, I was kidding.
Yeah, I really didn't think he was going to throw you. That was intense. I'll just shut you down.
Grunthor, I'm giving you inspiration because that was amazing. Best thing I've seen. It's about this time, Izzy. I don't even know if you would have even been paying too much attention. No, because it happened so fast.
I really hope Morrow's walking up a staircase and he turns around and just sees a little. It's oh, Jesus.
Yeah, you guys aren't that far.
Izzy was taking in the sights because he was walking in front. He saw Ava just bolt past him because Monk. He heard someone curse in ancient Fantasian, and then he saw Nozak get caught.
Oh.
And he just says, "Oh, okay."
That was great. So, you guys continue to walk for a while. Nozak, I'm assuming, does not ask to be carried anymore and walks. Now you're just walking, right? You're not in your mech, right? You're just walking at the moment.
After being thrown in court, Nozak is put on the ground and he immediately starts pressing buttons, and it just appears. I'm not doing that again.
So as Ava, actually, as you drop Nozak, he starts to panic and hits this button, and then right in front of you, he just all of a sudden his gauntlet starts glowing around him, kind of like an Iron Man thing, until it builds out this Magitech, this Imperial Magitech that you had seen the night before. All of a sudden, he's just kind of standing in front of you, looking bewildered himself, but this imposing Magitech is just kind of standing there. Not sure if you do anything.
That probably makes you lots heavier now, huh?
Okay.
It's all right, friend. I will lead the way. I'll give him a couple pats and I'll start leading the way.
After I've done that, and he turns into the Magic Bunny, Magitech Bunny, I'm going to pull my shield off in case he wants to just blast me because I threw him.
And
Okay.
Nozak's in full panic attack mode now.
We're gonna have like a TPK as
Like-
we just murder each other right here on the right. Never has Moro been proved right so quickly in his life. It's like,
Nozak
Your
feels a lot
Honor,
safer in
Your
his
Grace, they all murdered each other as soon as they left the town. It took like 3 seconds. I was still standing there. Oh God. So, continue on the path. Is that the goal? Is that the idea? Gonna continue on the path?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys walk for a couple hours in relative peace. It's kind of a nice day, actually. You're getting towards that, late summer, early fall. That's kind of the season, and it's nice. The weather, the temperature's starting to cool off a little bit. Although it's interesting because the last thing you all remember, it was much different. It was very hot. So you're thinking that you've lost probably a couple months, maybe, or at least a month of your memory that you have a hole in. But it's a couple hours later, and Anubis all of a sudden kind of flies down, and he lands on your shoulder, and he starts just kind of pecking urgently. Not to hurt, but just trying to get your attention. And he kind of starts looking off into one of the directions, kind of towards the north. And he just, caw.
You see he sighs and he says, I believe someone is coming down the path. It may be, I'm going to assume, enemies who won't want us here. What would you all recommend we do?
Nozak's gonna remember that we're in Empire territory, we're not in Cornelia, and he is not getting out of the back. He feels safe. Also, he wants to be nowhere near Gronthor at the moment.
Well, usually when I encounter
You
people, I do two things. I either hit them or talk to them.
Okay, well,
I generally prefer
There.
talking first.
maybe
and I
we should,
prefer hitting.
That's all right.
maybe we could try hiding,
No, plan
because
it-
this is a force with a very powerful army, and I would not wish to get in the middle of a war needlessly.
I am not very good at hiding.
Sorry, did you say there's a war coming?
We can try.
What would you all recommend?
Yeah, sure.
Anubis is
Just
starting to
walk
kind of
around,
like pull on your collar.
We're in a forest, right?
No, actually,
Like,
it's
it's a
not. You're not in a
foresty area?
forest. No, it's more of a grasslands type place.
Oh, great.
You're kind of coming around a
Oh,
bend.
Nozak.
So it's
Jeez,
there are
word.
trees, but it's not like a dense forest, and you're kind of coming around a bend, and it seems like Anubis is kind of pointing off around the bend, like you're about to come into something. Just kind of
Okay.
giving you a heads up.
Alright, Nozak is gonna pull himself out of the mech then, because if he's like, I thought we were in a forest, so he was gonna be like hide behind some trees. No, he ain't gonna hide in this. Are you kidding me? He's just gonna like press the buttons, go back down, and just kind of like jump into some tall grass because he's fine.
All right, I guess I don't know what's around us, DM.
So there are some trees around you, and like I said, you're kind of coming around a bend. So you could probably off to the north of the path. So the path kind of comes down and kind of bends like this, and then there are like a large boulder kind of coming up that you can see on the path, and some trees off to the north that's actually obscuring your view of what Anubis is trying to warn you about.
Okay.
So you could probably duck into the trees if you're trying to just get a look at what's up there.
Yeah, if Izzy sees Novak hide, he's Novak? No, Nozak.
Nozak.
Yep.
Back.
If Izzy sees Nozak hide, he's like, okay, I guess that's our option. And he's just going to move right behind a tree and try to stay hidden.
Okay. So who's
I'll
trying to
probably try
hide?
and use the boulder.
Okay.
Hiding.
So am I.
Whoever's trying to hide, give me a stealth check. And you said Izzy and Nozak, you're going to try to go into the trees.
Yeah.
I'm
hiding
doing
my-
tall grass.
Yeah, I'm gonna hide behind a tree.
Okay.
So let's see what this does with this snazzy +1 to stealth.
Oh
is that?
no!
What is Ava doing?
Hey, solid 8.
I'll be staying up with you, or if you try to hide, I'll hide with you. But if you're just
I
gonna
rolled a
continue
nat
down, I'll walk with you.
1.
Okay. So
Oh, shit.
let me see what's happened here. We've got Nozak rolled a nat 1. Izzy
Yep.
rolled a what was that? Was that an 8?
Yep.
And then Grunthor rolled a 3. Are you rolling with disadvantage?
Yeah, because I'm wearing chainmail.
Oh god. And then Ava just disappeared.
That's how I got my 1. I'm also in heavy armor.
Could you imagine just doing your shift and you're about to attack 3 nerds, and then all of a sudden from the tree line, just a guy in a monk's robe just starts beating the shit out of you?
So, as you guys kind of get into your positions, it's not pretty. First of all, Ava just kind of disappears, and Grunthor, you try to be stealthy as you're, but you're heavy and your mail kind of clanks together. By the time you get into the position, you realize that Ava's already there. Like Ava had somehow slipped away and already got behind the boulder as you kind of show up. Ava, you actually, you choose how you interpret it, but you might be annoyed because you had a good hiding spot until clunk, 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 clunk walked right up to you. Let's see, who had the nat 1? Was that Nozak? Yeah, it's hard to find tall grass, so you kind of try to go into the trees with Izzy, and you step right on one of those branches that just crack, and it's super loud. So, let's see what you guys see.
This is gonna be
It was
fun.
like pretends to be a bunny rabbit.
As you guys look to the north, you see a chocobo, and it seems to be on the ground, kind of injured. And there are 2 giant vultures that are kind of circling around it and swooping down, trying to pick at it as it's just trying to fend them away. Above them, you see 3 dead bodies that are just kind of lying strewn about kind of a little bit to the north. One of the vultures, as Nozak and all of the noise that's happening kind of stops and starts, just kind of looks off in your all's direction. And it's kind of stops its flying, and it's just kind of in the air, hovering about. The other one is continuing to try to attack the chocobo. And what's happening is the chocobo looks like it's injured its leg somehow, and the other one, it looks like these vultures are just, while it's not dead yet, are going in for the kill. They think it's wounded enough to where they got a pretty good chance of taking it down.
Really quick, where are we? Within. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Which one is swooping down on the chocobo?
This one up here is the one that's swooping down. This one has stopped and is starting to just slowly kind of move its way down here to check out what that was.
Nice. You see that Izzy picks up a stick from the ground.
Okay.
And you see you see with one hand on his orb, you see silver magic be pulled from his arm into the orb, and from the orb it's directed to the stick. And you see he throws the stick, which is now glittering, and he's going to cast Catapult.
Okay.
And, and
Are you throwing the bunny?
No,
but I love that spell
I
so
need
much.
this one to make a dexterity saving throw, if that's okay.
Okay. So, we're going to roll initiative. But before we do that, as you're peeking around, hearing the sounds of this chocobo, Grunthor, you're all of a sudden, there's like a quick pain that kind of shoots through your head, and you start to see flashes of things from your past. They're kind of blurry, but you see one thing. You recognize this chocobo. You can't quite place why, but this chocobo, you know it. And as you're kind of looking at it, you see that it has scars along its side. This chocobo has not new scars, old scars. This chocobo has seen some battle. and there's just something about it. Seems familiar to
Oh.
you.
Actually, DM, if I can take a risk,
Okay.
if I throw it at, oh, never mind. It would have to hit the chokehold, so never mind. I'm just gonna try my best to go for this one instead, as closely as I can.
Okay. So let's all roll initiative. You're probably not going to get that off before the initiative happens because they were aware you were there. Otherwise, I would give you a surprise round. But
Damn.
there's a lot of low stealth rolls just then.
I tried.
Yeah, look. I do have hair trigger, which lets me add my proficiency bonus to my initiative, which is a +2. I put it in playland because I want to make sure everybody can see when I fuck up.
Nice. And then Nozak, I'm still waiting on yours. There we go. Oh, you didn't mess that one up though.
Yeah, finally.
Good shit.
I'm good for something.
All right.
Good shit. That's good shit.
So.
Okay. Shit, now I'm gonna realize what I'm doing.
These vultures, one of them sees you, and it seems to have broken away from the chocobo. And what it sees is a small bunny, a slightly bigger bunny, and those are the two things that it sees. And to a giant vulture, bunny seems like easy prey. So,
We'll see.
seems like I said. Top of the round, that would be Nozak.
Yes. Hello. Alrighty. So, I need to, because I was... Where is that? Okay, so it's this first one that's coming towards us, yes?
Yes.
Wait. What I'm going to do is I am going to press the button. Okay, I need to ask you, do you consider summoning the mech an action or just like holding a shield?
Bonus. So you let it be
Okay,
a bonus
cool.
action. I think it's technically an action to don a shield, but let's make it a bonus action for that. That would apply to
Okay,
you too,
sweet.
Grunthor. Bonus action to don a shield if you don't have it, because an action to don a shield sounds boring. So.
Oh, I did say I had my shield out.
Yeah,
because,
I know. I'm just
sorry,
saying.
Nozak.
His gauntlet is essentially a shield. So what I'm saying is, since I'm letting him use that as a bonus action, any shield donning will be a bonus action for you as well.
Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to immediately run straight up to it, like right in front of its face,
Okay.
and I'm going to use my bonus action to summon my mech, so
Okay.
that I am now in mech form. And then something I need to ask because I don't know.
Yes.
Instead of taking a normal action, can you take a second bonus action instead?
No.
Or
you
does it have to be?
It has to be an
Okay,
action.
cool.
Yeah.
Awesome. I wasn't sure, so I wanted to ask. Alright, so while I'm looking at this arguably huge vulture in front of me,
It's big.
now in my own mech, is it close enough for me to just punch?
With your mech, yes. So it basically it had seen you
Okay.
and started to swoop down. It was actually coming in for another attack on the chocobo, and then decided
Yep.
to. So it's kind of just about 5 feet off the ground, just very low, just coming in for the attack.
Cool. I can reach 5 feet with the mace.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try to hit it, basically.
Go for it.
And if I roll for it, will a 16 do it?
It will. A 16 will be
Yay!
fine.
Awesome. So
How
now
dare
I roll
you
my
hit this thing?
7 damage.
7 damage. Okay.
Yeah. I've got my whole bag. I'm just gonna smack it. I'm gonna try and play cricket with it.
Oh
I'm just
no.
trying to swat this thing with a bat.
No.
So here's what the vulture sees. As you start running to it, it's just a little bunny that runs out. And as you run up to it, boom, you hit your gauntlet as this mech forms around you. And in one fluid motion, as the right arm, right-handed or left-handed? Nozak.
Nozak is left-handed.
As the left arm just kind of finally materializes with the mace and just brings it around, bam, right across the face of this thing. Not too happy. As it goes, and starts kind of
He'll be
screaming
alright.
back at the other vulture. Anything else?
No, I'm just gonna stand there, ready.
Okay. This one starts kind of flapping its wings as it's just kind of hovering over you, and it's their turn. As it goes, ha, ha, and it comes down with its beak and tries to pick you out of the mech.
Rude.
It's a little rude, isn't it? Does that's not gonna hit. No, it's not. That's a 12.
That's not gonna hit.
As it gets into it, its head's just kind of big, and it's kind of, you can see its beak just right here in front of your face, but it can't get to it. As it pulls out, it flies up a little bit and tries to come in with its talon and try to pick you out. That's going
double
to be
attack. Okay.
15.
Nope.
No, to
Oh
hit
my God.
15. Yeah. What's with that AC? I'm gonna have to check your sheet. The signal.
It's gotta be worse.
To the other one is now kind of conveying that you might be a threat. The one that's still kind of circling the chocobo kind of looks and is kind of judging whether or not it's worth assisting. Okay. It thinks the chocobo will probably be there in a minute. So this one flies down as well to come into assist with this other one. Give me just a second. Does a... 14 is going to miss you too, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, shit.
I hate everything right now. And then, okay, this'll do it, I think. 21.
That will do it.
21. Okay, finally. As the it also tries to come in with the beak. As one kind of flies out and circles around you, the other one comes in and tries to pick you out of the mech. Same thing, but as it comes out, it puts its claw in and it manages to scratch you right across the face for 12 points of slashing damage. As it kind of
all my HP.
flies back, and now what you all can see are these two that are just kind of hovering around Nozak. And that is gonna be their turn. Izzy, you're up.
They'll be fine.
Okay. Thank you, DM, for setting them up so perfectly for me. Your boy. Wait, he can only move 30 feet. Okay, this is a bit
Boy
confusing.
is running.
So it's not.
It's okay.
Yeah, this one's not locked to the grid. So just kind of move yourself into the grid.
No problem.
Yeah.
We're all just doing our best. Okay. So once I throw catapult, it'll keep going 90 feet until it hits something that makes a dex save.
Okay.
So I'm going to need this. I'm going to need this one to make a dex save. If it beats a 13, the second one won't get hit, but only this one will.
Okay. So dex save on the first one.
Yes.
Natural 20.
Oof. Okay. So he protected his blood brother. So only he will get hit with the 3d8 damage.
Whoa. Okay.
Yep. So you guys see that as he's running, Izzy picks up this stick, and as he does, you see magic being implanted. He's like, "Please work, please work, please work!" And he throws the stick. And as he does, you guys see silver magic build around it, and it almost looks like a completely silver spear as it just impales this thing before turning back into a stick. And it just takes 3d8 damage.
Ooh.
So that's going to be,
catapult.
and that's just going to be 11. Sorry, let me see what type of damage. 11 bludgeoning damage as this thing is basically hit with this silvery spear that turns back into a stick.
Okay. 11 is this thing, as it kind of sees it coming, and you see it turn around and it holds its wings up. It's surprising watching these things actually interact like this. It seems to be obviously protecting its other, as it just takes the brunt of it in the back, and you hear it just... What you got? Anything else?
Oh, does he have any bonus actions? No, he's just a stupid wizard. That's all he can do. However, as he sees Nozak take that damage, Izzy is just going to use his free action to just pull his healing potion into a more accessible bag.
Okay. Just start shuffling things around. Grunther, you're up.
All right, I am. Is there a way that I could get just behind them? Like, let me show you, like right there, right between them.
Let's see how you'd be able to move, because there are these boulders here.
Basically,
you have to run between or around.
Yeah, I would run straight through or around, like through the middle.
They are still kind of flying, hovering in the air. So if you want to try to run under them, it might. Yeah, let's go for it. I think you could make it. You're tall, but still, I think that you, as a soldier, would be able to make it pretty easily since they're in the air.
I would like to try and grab the one that Izzy shot at.
Okay. Now keep in mind, these are large vultures, so I'm talking these, and that's why they're a little bit bigger. They would probably be able to pick up this chocobo if it wasn't fighting back. So like they could pick up a cow. Like they are big vultures, not normal sized vultures.
Okay, then never mind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna draw my. I can draw my sword, right, when I attack.
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I will hack at the very first one, the one that Izzy attacked.
Yep. Give me an attack roll.
Ooh, is a 10 gonna hit?
10 is the armor class. Surprisingly. So, as you run, you kind of dive under, pull out your sword, and just as you're running through, uppercut and just kind of cut under the belly of this thing. This thing's not looking good with that hit from Izzy. It just you can see it's getting mad. It's looking at the other vulture, and you can see that they're kind of locked eyes, and there's some kind of communication going back and forth for them. But you got a nice big chunk out of that one. There's blood starting to just kind of drip down as it's with every flap that it does.
9 points of damage.
Yep.
I'm going to action surge.
Okay.
Jeez.
Ooh.
And that one looks really bad, right?
That one looks really bad.
I'm going to slash at that one again.
Go for it.
Ooh.
20.
Oh,
30.
that definitely hits. Let's see that attack.
Nice.
For 8 points of damage.
Brad, let him breathe.
8 points of damage. It's close. As you bring it in and slash it again, it's you can see you get one of its wings and it's starting to it's hard to keep itself in the air. It's hanging on barely.
For my bonus action, can I use like animal handling to try and scare them off? Like you roar at them?
Go for it. Give me an intimidation check. Just give me a straight intimidation check.
Intimidation. Nope.
No. One of them
It's not intimidating.
is just mad. And the one is just like, ugh. And then the other one seems to be in so much pain, doesn't even seem to pay you any mind. Anything else, Gunther?
I
Grunthor.
think that's it. Yes.
Ava.
We'll draw the quarterstaff, and we're running. Am I able to
And trip
stand
over.
in between the vultures? Like, are they up in the air? Am I
Yeah,
able to stand
you can
in
squeeze in
between
there.
them?
They've come down to engage with you, but they're just kind of like hovering. They're not smart, and they saw a bunny, and they weren't really expecting this much resistance.
And they wanted to eat the bunny.
They were like, ooh, quick bunny, appetizer, and then we'll go back to the thing. So yeah,
Take the quarterstaff and bop the one in the beak that has been hit the least.
the least, okay,
Yes. For that, probably misses.
7 misses.
7.
That does.
All right,
miss.
then with my bonus action, I'll turn around and look at the really bloodied one and use my unarmed strike to just give him an elbow.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Shit, it's a 7
No, no.
Oh
You
no!
run in, you swing, and they both just kind of fly up, just right out of your reach. As it, just both, just whiff.
This is bullshit, I can't fly. And then that's my turn.
All right,
I
so
could throw you in the air.
No.
back to the top of the round, Nozak.
Yes. Alrighty. So after like getting in my armor, I'm like, I've already got like a little bit of a sheen because I was working on it earlier. Because being a forge cleric, I get to add 1 AC or 1+1 damage to something that I hit. So I have an armor class of 19. So about that, what he's going to do is Nozak is going to kind of look at the 2 vultures that are there. He's going to look down at his little control panel, and he's going to press a button, and you just hear the sounds of paper starting to come out, kind of like a receipt machine thing. Okay. And then he rips off the receipt thing, and then like starts doing something, scrunches it, and then just kind of like slams it into this hole, and you see the Magitech armor start to glow a little bit as I gain +2 to my AC for my bonus action being Shield of Faith.
Oh man.
You are a fucking menace.
I love, by the way, the descriptions you guys do for your casting. It's great, and I especially love the Magitech. It's beautiful.
You're level 2 and currently have 21 AC.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. Hi, my name's Michael. I'm here to ruin your life.
Well, now I just know how to balance these encounters now.
We'll see. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to, first of all, 1 spell slot done for Shield of Faith. I am going to look at the one that is the most injured.
Okay.
So I'm going to look at that vulture, and I'm going to press a couple of buttons, and a little slot opens next to me, and I'm going to grab a tiny little mallet, and I'm going to smack it as I hit this tiny little Toll of the Dead bell.
Oh no, that's a dex save, yes?
The target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom, okay. What's the DC?
Save DC is a 12, I believe.
A natural 20.
Ooh. Never mind.
These guys are doing well on their checks.
Yeah, this die. Second one I've rolled on with this die tonight. Maybe it's weighted.
Cool. So that's that. So you use the bonus action. I am going to just kind of stand there and be ready.
So that was a cantrip, right? So no damage on the...
yeah, no damage.
Okay. So, here's what's going to happen. It's the vulture's turn. The one that... the one that came at you originally is still going to keep trying to come at you. I know this is probably a mistake. Okay. But... Oh my god, are you kidding me? 12.
No, anyway.
I guess that's not gonna hit, is it? And then it will.
Double that.
So as it's trying to get into you, it tries again with its beak, and it just can't. It's kind of like you're trying to get into like an oyster or something, and you just can't get through the shell. So at this point, it's starting to look around. It sees that it is kind of. There are other people that have moved in, and it's starting to see that it's outnumbered, but it does see Ava right there in front of it. So it's going to turn around with its talons and try to go after you. Does a 19 hit you?
Oh, God, it does.
Okay.
No!
So that's 11 points of slashing damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god!
As it slashes... Oh, no. Are you out, really?
No. Oh, no, very close.
Oh, okay. I thought you said I'm out. I'm like, wow. I thought we were level 2. And actually, it's going to just start flying into the air. Straight up. So anybody who wants to that's in melee range there can get an opportunity attack, if you'd like.
Oh, hell yeah.
Straight away.
I missed my first 2. This is my redemption arc.
It's just a regular roll, isn't it?
Yeah, just a regular melee attack.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got to be a melee attack.
Oh, I got a 12.
That'll hit.
Wait, that hits, because a 10 hit. Yeah.
They're not smart.
Oh.
They're just trying to get away.
Be nice.
I have done 3 damage with my mace.
3 damage, 7 damage. Did you take one, Grunthor?
Not yet. I was waiting for him. Nat 20.
Oh, shit. All right, hold on. Let me see what this does. So what did you all do? You all did 10 damage total?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Sure. Go for this nat 20. Let's see what's gonna happen. This thing basically, as it turns around, it sees Ava, slashes, and then goes to get away. Like that was just kind of a desperate, and then I don't know how to make it go up, so it's just gonna go over here. 10. Did it double that
Wait.
automatically? It usually does.
No. Oh yeah.
Did it?
4 plus 5 and 7 plus 3. So it should be the 4 plus 5 and 7.
Okay.
So 16.
16.
Oh my god.
It's going to fly away as it slashes, and the two of you hit it, but Grunthor, as it starts to fly away, just very deftly, quickly, whoosh, right across the throat, as this thing flaps once, and its head rolls off the back. As the wings keep flapping, and it just kind of tilts backwards until it lands on the ground, dead and decapitated, because holy crap. There's still one more that's just kind of sitting there, and how do you get to the... There it is. There's still one more, and it sees what just happened to its friend, and it starts to panic. And it's already wounded. It's bleeding profusely. As it's flapping around, it's still going to take its attack as it's trying to just barrel past everybody. Let me see who it's going to... Ava, it's coming after you.
Good.
15.
Ava
Oh,
didn't do
that
anything.
And then the second one...
Don't remind me, Izzy.
The second one, it's basically just kind of lashing out. This one will go after you, Grunthor. 22. Will that hit? Grunthor?
To who?
Grunthor.
Oh, yes.
So
yes.
as this one, it sees its friend, it's going to go bam, bam, and try to attack both of you, and then fly up as well. So Grunthor, that's going to be, crappy roll. 7 points of damage. As this thing takes off into the air, straight up. And as it's flapping, just blood is dripping down. It's kind of like raining down on top of you as it goes to start to fly away. And then...
You had an opportunity on that one or no?
Nope, you've already used your reaction. So
Got
you
it.
used your reaction on the other one. This one's going to... let's see what its speed is. So it's just going to start flying away 60 feet in this direction. So that would be, let's see how far that is. Off the map. It's just going to just start going as fast as it can, just in this direction. Off, over the hill.
We still able to see it, or is it gone?
It's about 20 feet further past where I can put it on the map. They have a fly speed of 60 feet, and it's just used all of it to move in that direction.
Get him, Nozak! No, I was kidding.
So, in the initiative, Izzy, you are up. If you'd like to try to do anything?
Izzy could be a dick and cast fire, but seeing that this is done, he actually is just going to... Oh, he can't make it that far. He's not going to attack, but he's going towards the injured Chocobo to help them.
Okay. They fly off, and you can hear it screeching in the distance as it just kind of flies away,
cool.
screaming in its agony. And then, of course, you know, there's... Wouldn't be Final Fantasy without a little bit of fanfare at the end there.
We love that.
So, as you rush forward, Izzy, you can see that some of your compatriots have taken a couple hits, and you do have one decapitated vulture lying there. The Chocobo itself is just, it's lying there injured. It seems to be trying to stand up, and it's kind of waddling away. It seems to be able to move, but with a limp, as one of its legs seem to have been pretty badly injured. And Ava looks like they just got the crap scratched out of them.
You guys get the bird. I'm gonna take a. This is a good tree. I'm just gonna lay
Izzy
down.
will very slowly walk up to the Chocobo with his hands up. He sees that they're dead people, so he's assuming it's used to people. But he's going to be very careful about approaching it. And I don't remember, are Chocobo intelligent? Or do they have about the intelligence as any other riding animal?
They're relatively intelligent. Most of them, you know, it depends on really how much they've spent around people. Most of them fairly well understand most common phrases, and so it can easily be trained like a dog, but can even retain most better commands than that.
Izzy
So
will whistle a bit before saying, I can help you out if that's okay." And he begins to pull out like medical gauze and tries to gauge this chocobo's reaction.
give me an animal handling check.
Oh, interesting. Solid 3 in that. So let's see.
Come on, I
What did I
believe.
get? That's a solid. I don't know. That's a solid 9.
9. It seems very wary of you. It starts backing away as soon as you kind of reach your hand into into your pocket. It starts to back away, and it hits one of its legs, and it crumples under it as it's just having trouble putting weight on it. As it falls to the ground, and then you can see it just taking its other good leg and start kind of pushing itself away from you.
Izzy, just a moment. And I'm going to like raise my hands and try and calm and make some kui sounds and things that I remember from handling Chocobo, and try and come up to it and maybe even bring the vulture carcass for it to feed on if it needs to.
Give me
Chocobos eat me?
give me an animal handling with advantage.
Ooh, nat 20.
Okay.
Must be nice.
As you're going through, you start to grab the carcass, and then you do remember in the middle of it that they're herbivores. So you kind of leave that behind. But as you approach it and you're making these noises, it calms. And the closer you get, the more familiar this chocobo looks. And it looks at you, and its demeanor kind of changes as it starts struggling, but not to get away. It struggles to stand up, and then it limps and starts approaching you. It starts running as fast as it can towards you, and you're kind of got your hands up, but it pushes past those, and it just places its head on your shoulder, and then it lets out this really quiet "kui" as it just kind of does what's essentially like a purr into your shoulder. Give me a history check.
Ooh, this is not going to be good. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Go for it.
Ooh,
Best
I like
use of this I could think
Hell
of.
yeah, it is.
Rolls another.
I've had that happen. I've had that happen on a death saving throw. Okay.
13.
That clears the bar. This chocobo, as it's holding you, you get its scent. You start to look down its side. You run your hand down its side, and you feel familiar scars. This was your chocobo at one point. You
Do
start
I recall
to,
the name?
No, you don't quite recall that. But you recall the scent, the way that they feel against you. You have traveled with this chocobo. You don't know how you got separated. You don't know when you got separated. You know that it's probably been some time, but the chocobo definitely seems to recognize and remember you. It pulls away from you, and it starts making these "kui" noises, these pleading noises, and it starts kind of to walk away, to limp towards the east. And it stops and then turns around and then kind of looks at you expectantly.
I'm definitely going to follow.
As it sees that you're coming, it turns around and then starts limping off. What are the rest of you?
Is there any way I can catch up and kind of like help its injured side?
Absolutely.
Kind of
it's not moving that fast. Whatever. Okay. Give me a perception check.
11.
As you go up to its injured side, you'll notice, you kind of take a look at the leg. It's got like what looks like teeth marks or something that kind of were clamped down on the leg. This didn't come from the bird. This didn't come from the vulture. You think maybe it was trapped in some kind of like trap or something from like poachers. What are the other three doing?
I could help with bandaging those wounds, Gunthor.
Yeah, don't mind me. We're just gonna keep walking. As he uses his quarterstaff to walk a little bit and support himself.
Everybody,
Follow the bird.
sorry, I throw in a chocobo. No one's gonna care about you, Ava. I'm sorry. Everyone's gonna go after the adorable
It's okay.
yellow bird.
I'll just sleep it off.
Zach's gotta like press a couple of buttons and then just like go back down onto the ground. Be like, oh, ow. That's all.
Are the two of you? I love the idea that the two of you are just standing there like we're in pain. Grunthor is just off. He is gone. Izzy, at this point, as you go up to try to assist, Grunthor, if you will kind of coax this chocobo through it, Izzy would probably be able to attend to the leg. But you're going to have to distract it because it's trying to get you, it's trying to take you somewhere. So you're going to have to try to stop it if you want to slow it down to try to help its leg.
I'm going to reach into my pack and pull out some of the, like the grained rations.
Okay.
Or maybe if I had a roll from breakfast and try and feed it, get it some energy back.
Give me an animal handling check with advantage.
Ooh.
Nice. It seems resistant to stop, but as you coax it, you do some more of your calls to get it to and as the longer you're with it, some of those are coming back to you. You find yourself, it's almost like muscle memory, doing things that you didn't even really know you knew how to do. And then there's a moment where you just kind of run your fingers down behind like the tuft of its feathers here, and it seems to calm it. And you take for a moment, you're like, I didn't know I knew how to do that. And it slows, and it does stop and sit for a minute, realizing that it probably does need to replenish its energy. At this point, Izzy, if you'd like to make me a medicine check, just for see how well you can bandage the wounds.
Yeah, as he does,
What was that?
Izzy would allow you to assist.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have never mind. I don't have proficiency yet.
So.
Okay. So are you not assisting?
I can't. Not without proficiency.
If you want to attempt it, I mean, you could. The muscle memory you're going through now, you think maybe this is something you've had to do in the past. So if you'd like to, I'll let the help action go. If you'd like to roll with advantage, Izzy.
Okay, cool. That is a 16.
That's enough. As the bird is taking a very, very brief, quiet moment, you manage to bandage the leg quite well. Put like a nice little makeshift stent that just kind of helps it give a little more support. And when the chocobo stands back up, it still has a limp, but it's able to move at a slightly better pace. So once it kind of finishes, it turns around and looks at you, and then just kind of cocks its head and does like a whoop, and then turns and starts walking off. It sounded like a thank you. I don't think you're very proficient in chocobo, but yeah, it's leading you quite determinedly again.
Izzy will then go to Ava, and who is leaning on a tree, and we'll go, I'm sorry about that. They were just in worse shape.
Nope, that's good. I can sleep it off.
I should have...
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Are you sure?
Yep. It's fine.
All right. What about you, Zach?
He's dead.
Nozak passed out. Yeah, I'll take one. I have one. Uppies.
He said, he kind of said, he's like, I should have This was stupid of me. I should have made more before I left.
Puppies.
And you see, he hands you a potion of healing.
You're holding this potion of healing in one hand. I have to grab it. Thank you.
Fortunately, that's all we're going to have for this journey. Hopefully, it takes a while to make some, especially without ingredients that I can buy. So consider this consider this your one-time healing from me.
Thank you.
I just
Those are
rolled
kinda
two.
like. Oh, go. Sorry.
Oh yeah, out of character, just roll 2d4 and add 2.
Alright, so I'm not using it. What I'm going to do is I am going to, like, reach inside my little thing again. I'm going to pull out a little pouch, and I'm going to shake up the bottle, undo it. I'm going to pour a little bit into the pouch, and then I'm just going to, like, press it onto Ava's wound, because I have no idea how healing potions work.
Oh my god.
So you just see, just uncap it, pour a little bit onto this thing, and then I just put it onto, like, the wound on Ava's leg
No,
that
that's
he can
not
reach.
it. Oh,
Those are
burns,
just
Ava.
vapor rubbing it.
It burns. Like as it touches it, it feels like fire singeing through the cut.
oh, that's good.
You don't
Fair.
introduce a potion you don't understand into someone's bloodstream.
You said healing potion. That
Yep.
hole.
Yeah, I'm
you're
gonna go
still-
catch up with Grunther while you guys talk. I'll be over there.
You're supposed to drink it. It's fine. I will just go ahead and delete potion of healing from my thing.
I didn't use the whole thing. It was just a little bit. There's still enough for me.
So Izzy, take it out of your inventory. Nozak, you still have it. Like you haven't used it, but now you have the potion of healing in your inventory. So it's not gone. It's still around.
I'm gonna use it on myself. What do I need to roll for this?
2d4 and add 2.
Is it 2? Okay.
Yep. 2d4, add 2.
2d4, add 2. Okay. Right in the corner. I can't bloody see it. 7 plus 2, so 9. 9 to heal. Yay! I look a little less messed up. Let's go.
Yeah. Then after that, Izzy will help Nozak up and basically gesture to make their way to Grunthor.
Okay.
Alright. I'm just gonna follow. I'm better now.
You start following, and you'll notice that the Choco is leading you off the path, off into basically further towards the west. But Grunthor seems to be just hell-bent on following this thing. So as you follow along, you walk for quite a while. You're moving slow. The Chocobo, which normally are very fast creatures, even with the bandage that you've done on his leg, is moving very slow. So it's a grueling journey. And actually, Nozak, this is probably the nicest you felt, because they're moving at a pace that's not making you run those little legs as much, because you get the feeling that no one else on your team here has really taken into account that you got tiny legs. So they've been walking at a normal pace, and it's been kind of grueling for you to keep up.
Yeah. Great. I'm gonna get exhaustion. No, just from walking. God damn it.
You walk for a while though, and for the longest time, it's just green grassland. You've not encountered any other creatures, anything like that, and the road itself is gone. You're kind of just off into the wilderness at this point. After about 2 hours of just kind of slowly making your way this way, you see something in the distance, and you start to hear the sounds of birds, of some light crickets. As at this point, the day's kind of getting later in the afternoon. It's not quite nighttime, not quite dusk, but some of those nighttime critters are coming out a little bit. You see kind of approaching a small, oddly shaped, oddly contained forest. So kind of off into the distance, and it seems to be the Chocobo is heading straight there. It almost seems is like a little tree oasis, if you will. Just a small cluster of trees that are kind of bunched together. It's pretty wide. I mean, it looks like probably the size of maybe like a city block, but it is just like a small forest that's just kind of standing in the middle of a field. It's odd. It looks a little out of place. Very far off the beaten path.
I'm such a nerd.
Well, I am too. I did it.
Like, Chocobo Forest, yay!
As the trees come into sight, the chocobo starts picking up its pace, and it's kind of grunting with pain as it's running on the bad leg, but it starts to move faster and faster until pretty soon it's up to like a small trot as it's just trying, and you can hear it in pain as it runs into the forest. It leaves you behind and just disappears into the trees.
I'm going to try and catch up.
Okay. What are y'all doing?
I was enjoying my little stroll. It felt nice. My legs felt good. Okay.
Izzy
I'm gonna try and
will,
run after as well.
Okay.
yeah. Izzy will stay close to Nozak just in case, so he doesn't get lost.
Okay. So, you all make your way into the forest, and the first thing you notice as you walk in, not quite what you were expecting. As you walk into the forest, there is a layer of trees, 4, maybe 5 trees deep. But then once you get past that, it's just in the center, it's hollow. So the thing itself, it kind of looks like a tree dome. So the outer perimeter is trees, and they kind of grow up to cover the center area to where only a little bit of light is coming in, kind of filtering the forest floor. But in the middle itself is just a wide open area. There's a couple things you see here. One, you see the chocobo that you saved has rushed forward, and it's just lying kind of in the center. Off to kind of the left of where it is, you see a chocobo with dark black feathers. And it's lying unmoving towards the edge of the clearing.
Oh no. Well, Grunthor, you know that one too?
Give me a history check, Grunthor.
I'm gonna rush over to it, but
give me a nature check, or yeah, that's good too. History, but if you're gonna rush over to it, give me a nature check or a nature or medicine, I guess. Either one.
I would also like to slowly walk over to the black chocobo.
Okay. As you're walking over, passive perception, 14. Okay. You'll notice there's 2 things you can see as you're kind of coming around the clearing here. The chocobo that you rescued is tending to and checking on a nest with a large egg in the center. Off to the side of the nest, though, is a smaller chocobo, still larger, probably very young, on the cusp of just being able to tame these things, just being able to start, trying to learn how to ride them kind of age. But what stands out about it the most is the color of its feathers are a brilliant, shining gold. Izzy, give me a history check.
I think I just might.
That was so much easier than in Final Fantasy VII. God.
22.
Right? You have read about gold chocobos before. They are the rarest of all chocobos, and in many cases are believed to not really exist or to be extinct. There are very, very specific conditions that must kind of line up in order for a gold chocobo to exist. One of them is one of the parents does have to be a black chocobo. And this, as you have read before, is, apart from gold, one of the rarest chocobo breeds in the world as well. And then one of the other parents has to have a very specific gene that allows for the blending of the feather colors to produce a gold chocobo. You have never seen one. Most in the world think that they are extinct and that they just don't exist anymore because the conditions of which they have to happen are so specific. The odds of them actually occurring are, normally we'd have to breed these, but here it seems to be an organic birth of a gold chocobo. And there is another egg that the chocobo that you rescued is tending to. Who else went over to the black chocobo?
No, Zach.
You can give me a nature, medicine, or investigation. I'll let you do either one of those. I'm expanding.
Nature, medicine, or what was the last one? Sorry.
Investigation.
Investigation. I'm going with medicine.
Okay.
Hell yeah. 21.
So the first thing you notice before you even get close is this chocobo is deceased. This chocobo is, and looks like it has been for a while. You can see there are cuts and scratches across it that were obviously left from arrow marks, swords. This thing was attacked by humanoid creatures. Likely because of its rarity, likely poachers, something like that. Either looking for, because black chocobo feathers sell for quite a bit, or just even trying to take it for captivity or something like that. Zoos would pay a pretty penny for something so rare. But it does seem like it did not survive the attempt. And how it got back here, you don't know. Maybe it came back here and just spent its last few moments. But it looks like it's been maybe, would you roll a 21?
Yeah.
At least a day.
Damn it. I had a cantrip ready. I was hoping it would have been dead.
The small golden chocobo just kind of tentatively was hiding, kind of comes out from around the corner and rushes over to what you now assume to be the mother, and just kind of nuzzles up against her and just gives a little quee. And you can see she kind of turns back and just nuzzles into the gold one as well. And then looks over at you, Grunthor, and you can just... You're more adept at reading chocobo body language, behaviors. This chocobo is depressed and seems to be looking to you for help.
I'm going to slowly walk up in between the egg, the baby, and what I assume is the mother, or could be the father. I'm not sure.
You think it's the mother. Some of your memories, the longer you spend with it, are starting to slowly trickle back. Your time spent with this chocobo, pretty sure it's a girl.
Okay. And do they look hungry?
The gold chocobo, the younger one? Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely, they look hungry.
Do I think it's old enough to eat solid?
Yeah. So based on what you know from chocobos, this one actually is at the age where it would be perfect to start training. This is normally where the chocobo, it's still on the smaller side, but normally where they would first add a saddle, start trying to run it through some paces. So yeah, it has an adult chocobo diet at this point. They mature rather fast.
Okay, I'm going to take out 2 of my rations and give half of it to the little one.
Okay.
Like feed it straight from my hand. And for the older one, I'm going to give 1.5 of the rations and try and give it more energy so it can take care of the egg.
Okay, give me an animal handling check.
Is there any, from doing the medicine check on the black chocobo, are there any like shards or arrows or anything that's still in the chocobo that I can look at to see if they're like Empire make? Because I did work in the forge.
What'd you roll? A 21? Was that you?
21 on mine, yeah.
Okay, I'll get back to you in just a
18
second.
for me.
Okay, Grunthor. At first, the younger chocobo looks apprehensive, but the mother kind of starts nudging it, and you can see they look at each other, and they have a little bit of chirping back and forth, and then you can see the older chocobo just kind of tilt her head towards you as the smaller one turns and starts just very gingerly picking out of your hand.
Eat, little one, eat.
Aww.
And it just starts picking some of the grains out of your hand. Nozak.
Yes.
With a 21, yes. So you're kind of just looking around, and you see something under one of its wings, and you just kind of gently lift it up, and you do find what looks to be an arrowhead stuck into the side of it. And you reach in, and it sticks a little bit as you pull it, and it's lodged in there, but you manage to get it out. It is not Imperial make.
Okay.
So you know that.
Oh.
Give me. Let's do one more investigation check to really study this thing, or
I'm about to give this to Izzy in a minute.
yeah. Just let's go with that for now.
All right. Investigation. Let's go. I'm not entirely giving it to Izzy.
It's not Imperial, but it's not crudely made. Whoever had this made, whoever commissioned it, they know what they're doing. It almost looks like a soldier's. Like, this is not your standard hunting arrow. This is a nice, well-made arrow meant for damage.
Yeah, gotcha. Alright, cool. I'm gonna, clean it on the grass a little bit, and just, I'm gonna... Oh, what is Nozak gonna do with this? I think Nozak's gonna walk up to Izzy and be like, you're the smart one, do you like books? Does this look like something? Because it's not one of mine. By that I mean it's not Empire. Sorry, I probably should have started that. It's not Empire, but I remember Moro or the King saying that it's basically Cornelia or the Empire, right? So it's still close enough to be Cornelia, wouldn't it? Maybe.
Yeah. But I hate to tell you, there are dozens of places that arrows are made in the land of Fantasia. However, to find poachers this close specifically, I don't think they would get their arrows from anywhere else. But also, you have to understand that the Kingdom of Fantasia isn't doing the best right now, so I'd be surprised if they did get them from... the Kingdom of Cornelia. Cornelia. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm not sure, but I sure can try my best. And actually, you see, he does pull out a book on various weapon types, historical, and he is just going to try to find out where this thing might be from.
Sure. Give me let's see. If you're searching through a book looking for information, I hate to keep doing it, but let's try investigation again.
Yeah, sure. That is, 16. I think that's 16. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, 16. Okay.
You know you can rule out the Empire because Nozak has already kind of told you that. So you flip through. You've kind of narrowed it down. You know the region where you are, and there's not a lot around you. You're not able to find anything specific enough to tell you where this might have been manufactured, but you can verify Nozak's suspicion that this is military grade, was likely made for soldiers. So, deduction might tell you, if it's not the Empire, this part of the world, Cornelia is really the only other place. The other cities from the other major cities that have armies, large armies, are more towards the east on the other side of the Empire. So to find arrows or any kind of weaponry manufactured from there this far over would be surprising. but you can't really rule it out. But just kind of deducing, you think it could easily be a Cornelian soldier's arrow.
It would belong to a soldier in Cornelia, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would poachers have that? Unless for some reason soldiers found a way to kill this chocobo, but I'm not sure what their motive would be if that's the case. But also they aren't doing well financially, so that could be a good enough reason. I'm not sure where we go from here. I'm not sure how we can keep these chocobos safe at the moment. Fortunately.
I think I'm just gonna hold on to the arrowhead then, but it's a bit coincidental that we're so close. It's not mine, and we were told everything is Empire, so yeah. I'm Nozak's just like, again, mumbling under his breath, old man things, and it's just gonna kind of like pull his hand in and like put it into a little satchel where the crystal is. Because that's like, this is his like important satchel inside thing, so he puts it in where the crystal is and it like ties it back up and sticks his hand back out of his armor.
Yeah, and Nozak, you would know too. Not only does it not look like something that you would have worked with in the forge, a little, and you may feel a little pride in this, but the Empire's weaponry has advanced a little bit more than the rest of Fantasia. They've moved past. Yeah, exactly. They've kind of moved past arrows, which is one of the reasons it's pretty easy to rule out. They haven't used those in a while. So.
Yeah, cool.
Grunt.
Awesome. I'm just going to put it in my important thing.
As you're sitting there feeding the chocobo, you'll notice that the older chocobo is slowing down. You can see that their breathing is getting shallow, and you can see that their eyes are getting heavy. Give me a perception check.
DM, I need you to understand that there are going to be bad things that are going to happen if what I think is happening is happening.
6.
We're about to get a golden chocobo. Let's go!
You don't know what.
I have to walk everywhere.
But it just seems to be fading. And it kind of like looks into your eyes. And you start to have flashes of your past. It's kind of all coming back to you now as this chocobo is just kind of, not all of it, but all of the things involving this chocobo. You've had this chocobo since it was the size of the gold chocobo standing next to you. It's been with you throughout the battles you've been in. It's been with you throughout, your youth. And you remember something happening. There's a gray area sometime around where most of your memories stop, where you got separated. You remember looking for the chocobo, but you were never able to find it, and then things go black. Best you can tell, it's probably been a couple years since you've seen this chocobo. But you remember this was at one point your best friend, and they've been with you through most things. And as the chocobo is just kind of looking, you can see it's getting tired, and its eyes are starting to go, and it just gives this soft, like a pleading, as it kind of looks over towards the gold chocobo, and then just kind of weakly looks towards the egg.
I'm going to, stroke the neck of the gold chocobo baby. I'm going to also rub my hand across the egg. I'm going to look at the mother, bow my head, take off my helmet, bury my face into its like the hollow of its like shoulder and openly weep and make a tell it so maybe the others can hear it, but I'm going to say, I will take care of them.
It just, you can feel it almost, the muscles just relax. This is an animal that trusts you. And you can tell the relief in having found you in its final moments. And probably the only person it could trust with this. Especially considering what it's probably been through with humanoid creatures since you lost each other. As it relaxes and just nuzzles into your neck, closes its eyes.
Do I feel the last breath out?
Not immediately.
Okay.
But its breathing starts to shallow and then eventually stop. As you're holding it now, you can feel underneath its wing you couldn't see before. There was a much deeper gash than you realized. Right in its side. And you can feel there, and it was hidden by the feathers and the wing. And the gold chocobo next to it just very quietly kind of nudges you. Kind of nudges the other chocobo too.
Draw the little one closer and let it like nuzzle into the mother with me around it, and I'll just put like my entire body on top of both of them to protect them in their last moment.
All right. And I think that's where we're going to end the episode, on a down note.
Who wants
I
eggs?
hate it here.
We're going to do a Empire Strikes Back ending.
Who wants
with this one.
eggs?
Yeah, monster.
I am. I'm sorry. I gave you a gold chocobo, and if you didn't pick up on it, you're gonna have a little baby chocobo, which are friggin' adorable.
Damn, there are 4 of us. What are we gonna do with these guys?
We'll get there.
Well, so
There are 3.5 of us. Thank you very much.
I figured every group needs like a little mascot, so I figured that's what the little chocobo was gonna be.
I like it.
My friend Lynx is very upset with you for ending it there.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. We've already gone almost 2.5 hours. I'm sorry. Yeah, downer. My bad. So yeah, I apologize. The first time I introduced a chocobo.
Kicks the bucket.
Well, anyway, thank you all for playing. That will be the end of tonight's episode. Just want to do another thank you shout out to Sirenscape for the awesome background noises. I love the forest ambiance, and I thought the battle music was pretty cool for the vulture fight I found too. But again, thank you all for watching. You can catch us every Monday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then this episode will be up on YouTube probably by Wednesday. So any of the players, do you have anything to say? And if it's mean about me, just save it for after we kill the stream. So,
Have a good night.
all right. Have a good night. Thank you again. Remember Kupo Quest, if you want to catch us on YouTube, that is the Highwind Herald YouTube channel, because that is the show that puts this on. That's our podcast that I run with my brother Soloist. And if nothing else, we'll see you next Monday here on Kupo Quest. Lally ho.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody have a great night.
Take care, everyone.
Or day.
What time is it? I don't understand Australian time.
It's 4 p.m.